Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 31 Days of Horror. It's day 17, and of course, DBougie86 here again. Yes, guys, and if you haven't watched yesterday's review yet, as you know, I did the film Scared to Death, which involves this creature known as the Syngenor. So, why not? I decided to do the follow-up film today, and that, of course, is titled Syngenor. Yes, this is a film from 1990. And if you know, like, the first film was directed by William Malone, he actually had very little to do with this one, actually. Like, the only thing that he was credited for was, like, the creature design. And that's pretty much it that he was involved with this one, because I believe while they were about to prepare to make this one, is what ended up happening was he ended up getting the job for Creature, so he ended up going off and doing that film. And he gave the okay to do the sequel anyways, and gave them the designs of the creatures to use for it. Pretty much though, for a sequel to Scared to Death, it's pretty much its own movie. Like, I was talking to a few friends about this while I was saying I was going to watch both of these. And even I said to myself, honestly, you could watch this one without seeing the original because it's pretty much its own film. It just involves the same creature pretty much. There's no like reoccurring characters, and they even go back into like recreating the Syngenors in this one. So pretty much the main plot of this one, we're introduced to this corporation who works with the military to doing some like military research, and they are building the perfect soldier pretty much. And their project involves creating these creatures, of course, known as Syngenors, to fight in combat. And one day, one of the creatures ends up escaping because of some corporate scheme that's going on. That I'll get more into the thoughts of that later. And pretty much what ends up happening is the Syngenor gets out and kills its creator. And tries to attack his creator's young niece, Susan, who actually makes it out of there alive and gets the police involved, but they can't really do anything because they don't know to believe her story pretty much, that this like creature comes and attacks their house and kills her uncle, that type of deal. But as that's going on, the corporation is dealing with like the Syngenor getting out and stuff. And this reporter, Nick, ends up getting into the case and trying to find out information about what happened here. And it ends up him and Susan actually end up connecting and trying to figure out the mystery together. So that's pretty much the main plot of this one. We find out like more on like this corporation has some corrupt members in it, and they're trying to go against their boss, Carter Brown. And Carter Brown goes apeshit, and there's a giant like Syngenor infestation in this corporation building at the very middle of the film. So that's pretty much the main gist of this one. So my thoughts on the film, for like a kind of like a standalone film sequel to Syngenor, Scared to Death, it ups like the ante of like the original, because of course Scared to Death only had involved like one creature. There's numerous Syngenors in this film, and they have like different looks to them too, which I did like that aspect. They didn't all look exactly alike. They used like some different like techniques and features and angles, and did them up a bit, especially with like how they feed and stuff. They actually do that a little better too. It's not as overly cheesy as it was in the original, because you could tell it was like a fake like prosthetic like tongue and stuff. They still eat like spinal fluid and stuff in this sequel. They are very interesting, and they have more like movement and their like features of their mouths, of course. Because I believe actually the effects people that worked on this one were involved in like Aliens and The Abyss, so there's a lot more going on with the effects area of this film, and there's some great like gore kills in this. They up the ante on that too, because you actually get to see kills and shit. Some goofy kills here and there, especially involving like Carter Brown's niece. That there's one kill in particular that involves her character. And Carter Brown, though, is the one that steals the show of this film, because he's actually portrayed by David Gale, of course. If you don't know who he is, he's probably most famously known for playing in Reanimator. and the famous head, the doctor who actually gets his head removed. I can't think of his character's name off the top of my head, but the head's still alive. That, the famous head scene in Reanimator, and I always remember him playing like these over the top characters, especially Reanimator and the Guyver and Syngenor, and his character in Syngenor gets way the fuck over the top, especially when he's at the very end where he's like wearing this like rabbit outfit and fucking not a rabbit outfit. I'm kind of over exaggerating. He has like a rabbit mask and shit, and he's just going crazy and ape shit and taking people out. Pretty much, it's fucking ape shit performance, but it's the highlight of this movie. I do like the a combination of the two main leads though, because of their dynamic, and of course, like it's a female and a male, and they work well off each other. And I like how in this one they just get straight down to business and go and search into this building and find the Syngenors and stuff like that. It doesn't, like the first film, it took a while to get to the Syngenors. This one goes right into it. So that's a great aspect of this one that's different from the original also, that I really enjoyed. And like I said, the effects and the gore are just outstanding in this one. Really great gore effects, really awesome scenes. So yes, I actually do kind of enjoy the sequel a little bit more than the original, Scared to Death, for the aspect of like it ups the ante and has more creatures and more creature things that happen within it, and more like gore and kills and stuff like that. And some of the kills, like I said, are kind of cheesy to think about. They involve like my favorite effect of all time, the fake electricity. But yeah. But overall, it's still a fun ride and highly enjoyable film. So even though I do kind of enjoy this one a little bit more, I'm still going to give this one a solid 7.5 out of 10. I enjoy aspects of both films, like that vary in the way that they are presented to us. But I really do enjoy Syngenor. Awesome shit. 7.5 out of 10. Check it out. Alright guys, this is for day 17. I hope you enjoyed my little Syngenor reviews for day 16 and 17. Threw those both in there, and I'll be back tomorrow as always. Don't know what I'm reviewing yet, so I'll see you then. Peace out.